Hi, welcome in Ohouse. My name is Laura and this is my home. I am founder and CEO at Crucible, a company that's helping democratize surrogacy for the average person. My hobbies, well, I'm pretty busy these days, but I like hanging out with my dog, yoga stuff, and of course, I really like interior design and I like what Ohouse is doing. I think my design style comes down to 3 words. I call it warm, interesting, and not too precious. I like creating spaces that are like livable and create more possibilities for the people inside them. My design process is chaos. No, I'm kidding. My design process starts with figuring out what people actually want. It generally trends very quickly into collaboration tools like Google Slides or Figma because that's the easiest way to move stuff around. I often need to see things side by side to figure out how colors and shapes work together. And eventually it usually ends with a lot of money spent because that's where you actually have to bring everything in. But I particularly like using Facebook Marketplace. Secondhand is a great way to go, and SF has a lot of really great stuff on Marketplace. If I were to give myself design advice 10 years from now, I think what I would say is that the design process seems to be about what it looks like, but it is really about how it feels. If your metric is how you feel, then you really need to make sure that you get to prototype that before you buy things. I buy stuff that look great, but it doesn't feel right. It's kind of almost like dating where a person has the perfect resume but like something feels off, versus if you take the time to experiment with like, oh, I think this is the feeling that I'm going for and it is right, everything just like works out better. I think home is a place you can get messy. Going back to my 3 words of warm, precious, not too interesting. Hotels are maybe for being seen. Cafes are maybe for like hanging out with people. But home is where dogs will throw up, things will get destroyed. When you're decorating for that, be practical. Like if you have a baby or an older person running around, do not actually get something that has a ton of corners because that's going to create issues. Everything about being at home means that you shouldn't have to feel necessarily like your best self. You should just be able to feel like yourself. Make it as easy as possible to like bumble around and be yourself.
That was so perfect!
I could talk about this for a long time.